so I'm going to go put some circles on the points. All right, so here's where I see my points. I see my points on that block over there. I see my other point on that block over there. And I see my third point on that block over there. Okay. All right, guys. So I've got my circle. My circle. Sorry, guys. I've got my triangle. Apologies. I've got my triangle. Okay. It's kind of got like a little coloring in thing in between. We're not so stressed about that. Okay. That's just more like the color. All right. We'll color it in as well. Don't stress. We're more worried about the points. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask if Lungawa, can you give me like maybe a thumbs up in your video, because I can see your video. Can you give me a thumbs up, Lungawa, if you're ready to move on? You ready to move on? Linda Kushle, I can see your video as well. Can you also give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on? Cool. Tara Jane, are you good? Awesome. Junior, are you ready to move on? Have you drawn yours? You all good? Awesome. Jabalila is good. Junior, you good? Are we still drawing maybe? Oh, you good? Okay, guys. Ayanda, thank you. All right, guys. Okay. Thanks, everybody. All right, let's move. Let's go. So I'm going to go start with point A, guys. Okay, so my previous triangle was in black, those points. I'm going to go draw it in red for you, this new one. So I'm going to start with moving down first. So it said to me, I must move 5 units down. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, but am I done? Am I done following the instructions, everyone? Am I done? I'm not, hey? Should be shaking our heads. I'm not done yet, because what else did it tell me? It also told me I needed to go 2 units to the left. So I went 5 units down, and now I'm going to go 1, 2 units to the left. So this is going to be my new point A. And when we do translations and we're putting them on a grid like this, we're going to call this A. And can you see here in my drawing? I'm just going to make it a bit bigger for you guys. I promise I'll go back. Can you see it told me to make this A with a little dash on it? You see that little line in drawing there? It said to make it A with a little dash. Okay? That's what we call A prime. All right? So they call that A prime. All right, so A prime. All right. Okay, hopefully you've all moved with me. So we moved A first. I'm going to go pick a different color to do B in, just so that you guys can see it and we don't get lost. Okay, I'm going to move B in blue now. All right, so we said to move B, okay, we needed to start by going 5 units down. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need to go 2 units left. 1, 2. So this is going to be my new B. But we're not going to call it my new B. What are we going to call it? We're going to call it B prime, hey? B prime. All right. And finally, my last point, the 2 colors that make my favorite color. Blue and red make purple. So let's do C. Let's do C. Right, 5 units down for C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 units. 1, 2, and that's going to be C prime. Okay. Looks kind of confusing with all the jumps all over the place. Do you mind if I go rub out all the jumps quickly? I'm going to go take them out, erase them. Let's erase the jumps very quickly so we can join up a triangle for you. So I'm just going to take out the jumps for you guys. Quick sticks. Okay, time to draw in my triangle. I'm going to draw in this triangle in red so you can see it nicely. Right. So, A, B, okay, and just like Umar said, ma'am, the kind of triangle looks kind of weird. We could color it in if we really wanted to. So we could pick the purple just like it's got there. We could make it a bit thicker, so it'd be quicker to color in quick. Kind of like colored in like that. There you go. All right, I am going to answer Unati's question. Unati, what's up? Hi, Unati. Unati, you unmuted. You have a question. Okay, I can't hear Unati. Gonna unmute myself would be a good idea. Pearl, of course you can see the question. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm going to make this a bit smaller in case you guys want to take a screenshot. Okay, I see. Oh, there was a question and then there wasn't a question. Thanks, Umar. I saw I was muted. I've unmuted myself. Okay, guys, is there anyone who has a question or can we move on to the next one? Are we all good? All good. Anyone who's still taking it down? There we go, Mr. Hugo showing you how to take a screenshot. Oh, you're lucky. All right, Unati, have you got a question, Nati?
Ma'am, I don't
Yes,
understand. I don't
you don't
understand because
you don't understand. Yeah.
Yes, because ma'am, Wednesday I was not doing the lesson, ma'am. So I'm
Okay, so
very confused.
that's okay. So Unati, on Wednesday we did rotations. We didn't do this on Wednesday at all. We did a whole different lesson. This is brand new stuff. Brand new. So maybe don't stress. This is the first one we've ever done. We're gonna do another one, and then maybe see if you understand with the next one. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Unati. All right, Amishle, do you have a question?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Amishle. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you, ma'am?
I'm good. What's your question?
So, ma'am, I
What's your question?
wanted to ask, ma'am, like, let's say you have a shape, ma'am, and you're told to translate it horizontally, ma'am. Like, how would it look?
Okay, I'm gonna mute you just because we got a bit of feedback. That's all. Okay. All right. So Amishle, if you were told to translate it horizontally, they would have to say to you, translate it 2 units to the right horizontally, or they would have to say to you, translate it 3 units horizontally. You know what I mean? They'd have to tell you how to translate it horizontally. They can't just say translate it horizontally. Okay, they would have to give you like a proper instruction. So horizontally means left or right. All right. I always think when you think about horizontally, when you think horizontally, the sun rises on the horizon. So that's where horizontally comes from. It's where the sun rises horizontally. So it's that way, left to right. Okay, so try think of it that way. That's what horizontally means. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to take one more question and then I'm going to move on to the next. Well, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the next one on the screen for you guys, and then I'm going to take the next question. So I'm going to let you look at the next one in the meantime. All right, and I'm going to take the next question so you can start drawing the next one for yourselves while I take the next question. Okay, initially, I hope that that answered your question. So I'm going to answer the next question, and the next question, I'm sorry, it doesn't have your name. It just says iPhone 6. So here we go. You should be able to unmute yourself, iPhone 6.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi there, what's your name?
It's Lungutu, ma'am.
Lumutu, what's your
Yes.
question?
Ma'am, can you please repeat? Can you please scroll up and repeat what you said because I joined in late.
Sure. So, Lumutu, if you joined in late, I wouldn't stress. So the whole lesson gets recorded and it will be available on Watobe's website and it will be available on YouTube. Okay, so don't stress if you joined late and you weren't sure what we did in the first question. You can go back and you can rewatch it on YouTube. We're going to do the next one, and the next one, I'm sure that you'll get it in the next one. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Sound
ma'am.
good? You're welcome, no problem. And don't stress that you were late. I'm so glad that you joined us anyway. Oh dear, our screen stopped sharing. Whoopsie daisy. Let's get our screen up. And while we're doing that, I hope that you guys managed to get that first one. Let's see, our screen's really stopped sharing. He's really having a Monday here. Okay. All right, guys. Let's have a look at the next one. So I'm hoping that you guys had a look and you've had some time to look at that next one. This next one now, I've got a circle. And in the circle, it's kind of like got a quarter of the circle cut out of it. Okay, so it's not a perfect circle, which is not a bad thing because it means that I don't have to draw a perfect circle, guys. Okay, so we're going to look at what we need to do. When I do this, I like to go and put some points on the actual letters that they've given me. It just makes your life a lot easier. All right, so I'm hoping you can see my screen again. Mr. Hugo, can you just confirm with me that the screen is sharing?
Screen is all good, Teacher Kirsty.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Hugo. Okay, guys, so I've got P, I've got Q, and I have R. And this one's a little bit of a tricky one because it's in like half a point, okay? So they've really given us a little bit of a harder one here to go with, but we can manage. We're good. We're grade 7s. We got this. Okay, so I've got P, Q, and R, and they want me to move 1.5 units right and 2 units down. So I'm moving right. I'm not moving left now. I'm moving to the right. Okay, guys, let's go have a look. So I'm going to go in red first, and I'm going to start by moving letter P, because to me, that's the easiest. It's the first letter there. Let's go try it. Okay, I see that P is in a half already, so I'm going to go half, and then they want me to go 1, and I need to move 2 units down. So 1, 2. So there is my new P1, they wanted me to call it. Okay, it's kind of hard when they've got halves. I agree with you guys. Okay, let's go have a look at Q. I'm going to keep the red. I'm going to keep the red, guys. Okay, so for Q, I'm going to go, it's already in the half, so I'm going to go half, and then 1, and they want me to go, oh dear, now we're halfway through, my goodness, 1, 2. So that, oh no, I don't think we should go red. I don't know about you, Mr. Hugo, but that looks a little bit confusing.
I think let's take the extra second and make it nice and colorful.
Definitely, Mr. Hugo. I think so too. I think we're going to go blue with this one. That color was not making it clear at all. Everyone's going to get super confused there. Okay, so we're going to go with red now. I mean blue, guys. So we're going to go half. And then we're going to go to 1. So that takes us 1.5 units right. And now we're going to move 2 units down, guys. Can you see that this one is halfway already? So that means that when we go to 1, it means we're going to go 1, 2. So there is going to be my new Q1. And the last one I need to do is R. So my favorite color, the purple. Okay. I need to go 1.5 units right. Okay, so 1.5 units right. So let's go 1 and a half. That's about a half. And then I need to go 2 units down. So 1, 2. So that is going to be R1. Okay, what is left to do, guys? I need to join up my points. So I'm going to pick up my ruler because these are nice points for me to draw with the ruler. I'm going to go with red because that's quite a nice color for you guys to be able to see. And I'm going to go P. Let's get it so that it is red for you guys. So we want it to be red. And that thick. So P. What doesn't want to come out? Red. See if it'll change color for us. That's better. So that color, we want it to be red. That thick. Q and R. And what did we see? We saw that it was kind of like a circle, hey? So now you're going to forgive me because I need to draw a circle. Oh, here we go. Are you ready to draw my circle? Maybe I should actually pull out my compass if I want to be ready to draw a perfect circle. So while you guys are drawing, I'm going to go and grab my compass quickly. Just because I want it to look so good. And I know that you guys are being really good and you're making sure that they look beautiful tonight to make sure your notes look absolutely lovely. So let's make my pen the right color for you guys.
In the meantime, guys, I am opening up the chat. I have a quick question for you guys. The Q that teacher Kirsty just placed the compass on, what do we call that spot? A bit of recap on what we did already.
Oh, I like it, Mr. Hugo. Very nice. What a nice question that Mr. Hugo is asking you. What is that called?
For the fast drawers.
Who knows? Tell Mr. Hugo in the chat. What's that called? What's the point where I just placed the point of that compass? What's it called, guys?
Q. The Q in the circle. What would we call that? The Q, that point. It is not a segment.
Come on, you guys know.
I'm
Has
seeing
someone got
a
it yet,
lot
Mr.
coming
Hugo?
through in the chat. There's a lot of different guys who did this.
Think about it. What's the point where the point goes, where the one that doesn't move, guys, the one that doesn't move. That's it. There's some people that have it, Mr. Hugo. Some people got it.
Well done. I'm so happy, guys. Just a teeny mini brain break in the middle of all the drawing, guys. Thanks for everybody that's been listening and remembering.
Well done, guys. So proud. Rock stars. Okay, my circle went a little bit off. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, well done. All right. So, those are two examples, guys, of a question that they could ask you in a test or in a exam. Okay, so that's an example of what they could ask you in a test or exam. So they could ask you to draw something. All right, to translate it. I'm going to show you now a different kind of question, okay? A different kind of question. And in this question is the kind of question I'm going to need some help with. So now I'm going to be asking for some help. I'm going to be asking for some hands. This is going to require less drawing from you guys. Yay. I know for some of you, thank goodness, ma'am, we don't have to draw, okay? So are you ready for the next kind of question? Let's have a look at the next kind of question. All right. So the next kind of question looks like this. Let's look for a better one. Yeah, okay. This one says, describe the following translation in words. Okay. Describe the following translation in words. So what I'm going to do, because they haven't done it on this drawing, is I'm going to go and put a point for you. So I'm going to put a point. Where is a point that we can use? I'm going to put a point at, let's say, over here. Over here. And so that point is going to now be over here. All right. Describe the translation in words. All right. Let's make that make sense, because that's very maths talk. All right. So when they want you to describe it, okay, they want you to tell them, how did this shape move? Okay. So how did it move? All right. So two ways that you need to describe this is you need to tell them, how did it move? Did it move up or down? And did it move left to right? Some teachers are very, very particular, and maybe you have one of those teachers. Some teachers will say, you need to tell me first, did it move left to right? And then you need to tell me if it moved up or down. Okay, so some teachers are like super, super pedantic about that. They want to know, first, did it move left or right? And then did it move up or down? Some teachers say, it doesn't matter. As long as you tell me how it moved, I don't mind. To me, when I learned it, I always did it this way. I always tried to remember left or right and then up or down. The reason why is because if you remember to do it in that way all the time, you'll never forget to describe it properly. Okay. So you'll never forget to describe it properly if you remember to do it in a set order. All right. So we're going to look left or right first. I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I'm going to ask for help for the second one, guys. All right. So let's go. I'm going to do left or right first, and then I'm going to ask you to help me with the up and down part. Okay. So let's go count. Right. I'm going to go. I'm going to start by just drawing a dotted line for you guys to help you out, because it's kind of tough to see if you're not actually with me or you don't have a ruler on you. Okay. So I'm going to do that so I know where to stop. And then let's grab my pen. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And would you say this is about third. I would maybe say 5 1/3. Can you see why I said it's important to either use your ruler or a piece of paper or something like that so that you can map out and see how far across it is. Okay, so maybe 5 1/3, or if you said 5 1/4, that's okay. So I'm going to say 5 1/3 to the right. All right, and like I said, I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to ask you for help for the next one. All right, and I'm already, guys, halfway down here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 5 right and 3. So you need to be careful here. I've forgotten to add something in. I need to say 5. Let's see, guys, sorry. 5 units, right? 5 units, right? And we said 3 units down. So 5 1/3 units right and 3 units down. If you said 5 1/4 units, that's okay. If you can think that it's 5 1/4, I'd accept 5 1/4. That's fine as well. If anything more than 5 1/4 though, I would say, or 5 1/3 though, I'd say no. Okay, it's definitely not. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for help with the next one. So the next one is this one over here. All right, I'm going to draw a dot onto it over here. So let's maybe make that one in red for you guys because that's a little bit easier to see. And my new dot, I'm going to go and draw over here. Okay, so this is C. This is C prime. So C prime. So describe the following translation in words, all right? Okay, I want to know how you got from C to C prime. How did you get from C to C prime? How did you get from C to C prime? So from C to C prime. All right, who is helping me out here? Amar. Hi, Amar.
Hello, ma'am.
All
How are
right,
you?
Amar. Finding you.
I'm okay.
Good. Amar, let's go. Help me out. Do you want me to jump
ma'am,
with you or are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's go, Amar. Talk to me.
Ma'am, I think it will be 7 units going left
Good. 7 units left. I agree.
and 1 unit going down.
Nice. 7 units left and 1 unit down. That was an easy one, hey?
Yes.
No fractions. Okay, let's do it together quickly so everyone sees how you got there. So you went from here, you went 1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5, 6, 7.
7. Agreed. And then you went
1 down.
unit down. Well done, Amar. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Amazing. Thanks, Amar. All right, guys. So that was, oh, and my screen stopped sharing. My screen has said that it is time to have enough maths. All right, so that is how Amar got to that answer, guys. Let's see if we can carry on sharing, if our screen is happy to do so tonight.
Kirsty, while your screen is having a Monday, I want to tell them all that teacher Kirsty didn't say C to C prime 5 times for nothing. And that is something that you also need to make sure about whenever you do this in the exam. Because if you just looked at it too quick and you gave the answer from C prime back to C, you would have had 7 units right and 1 unit up, which would have been completely wrong. So please make sure that the prime, C prime or C1, they are always the second one, and they would be asking you how to move from C, the original, to the second one, C prime, for example. So make sure that you guys check that before you write your answers. Otherwise, you will get something completely different. And even if you counted right, it will be wrong.
You are absolutely right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hugo. Okay, guys, so we have come to the end of our lesson this evening. However, we are going to do a few more of these translations on Wednesday. So I'm going to give you a forthcoming attraction for Wednesday while Mr. Hugo puts the poll up so you can see what we're going to look at on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're actually going to look at a little bit of grade 8 work. So we're going to look at a little bit of grade 8 work, and we're going to look at what does this look like on what we call a Cartesian plane. So I'm going to introduce you to a little bit of grade 8 work, and we're going to see what this looks like on what we call a Cartesian plane. Okay, so that's really exciting because sometimes you're like, oh man, what are we learning this for? Why do we even have to look at it? This is what it looks like in grade 8, guys. So it's quite exciting to see what is it that we're going to do next year when we do it next year. So it's quite nice so that you guys can actually see what we're going to be doing. So on Wednesday, join us again. This is what we're going to look at in class at the very beginning of class, and then we're going to move on to our next topic, and that will be our last topic for transformations. Then we will have our quiz for that week.